A computer-generated character who resides in a violent sandbox-style video game lives the repetitive life of waking up, getting coffee, going to work, while getting robbed and assaulted by human players. That is until the woman of his dreams crosses his path and changes the game. Hey everyone, welcome back to Clubhouse Movies Podcast. I'm your host, Marco Bocaba, and I'm joined by Mr. Evo Pineda, professional light sniper and trapper.
Whoa, that's a new one.
I know, right? Technically, that's what photography is.
Yeah, we're professional creepers, technically, as my wife calls them.
I don't know what you're taking pictures of, but I'm taking pictures of naked women.
Oh, there you go.
Today... Yeah, exactly. Today we are doing a review of Free Guy, starring Ryan Reynolds as the non-playable character Guy, directed by Sean Levy.
Yeah, and this movie took me by surprise, man. Like, honestly, I had no expectations for it.
You know, this movie, I remember being in the bathroom, watching my YouTube, and then this was a year ago.
Yeah.
Like back in like
that
May.
came out a long time ago, right?
It was supposed to come out last January on the 4th of last July, last 4th of July.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, they made like a Grand Theft Auto guy character.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought it was. But when you see Ryan Reynolds doing like another like Deadpool like wisecracking dude who wakes up.
Oh my God, it's Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds again.
I was actually very surprised at how good this movie was.
Yeah, like not only his acting, because he somehow manages to get you into this like existential crisis, man. Right?
This movie, I don't know how, we just started here, but I actually think we can go kind of deep on this movie because there were so many parallels with other movies. And some that...
and there were nods to other movies, like blatant nods.
Blatant nods, and I think some also that, maybe we might not have expected coming into it. But, going into the kind of the plot, it's a video game. A lot like Grand Theft Auto. So it's
like almost identical.
Identical to Grand Theft Auto, but like if you ever played one of those games, there's always just like people hanging around.
Yeah, so it's like Grand Theft Auto meets kind of like World of Warcraft, where you can hang around, but you can also shoot stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And you can even live like a normal life in Grand Theft Auto if you wanted to, but like you want to rob the bank.
Yeah.
You want to make it havoc.
You want to go fight cops and civilians for some reason.
Exactly. And you want to get those stars up.
Yeah.
So this is a Grand Theft Auto style game controlled by Antoine, played by
freaking Taika Waititi.
Expertly.
Blew my mind.
Expertly.
So good.
I was laughing so hard.
Dude, when he came out, I lost my mind.
He played like a ghetto
billionaire. I wrote, it's Taika. Yes.
He had the best one-liner. It's okay. We have a feud with M. Night Shyamalan. I think he ran over one of our kids or something.
Yeah.
But I say like this is a director who directs movies phenomenally,
writes them
and acts in them. And then other people invite him. He's so good that they invite him to be in their movies. I don't know if there's any other director who does that.
He's just so approachable. And he just seems like it's not a competition to him. He's just like, I'm down for whatever.
There's this scene in this movie. We're just getting started here.
Yeah.
But because I gotta get this out of my brain.
Do it, man.
There's this scene in this movie where they're talking about launching the next video game. What was it called? The Oasis? Or was the game called? No, that was the other one.
It was the Oasis, but it was I think the same game named Part 2.
Yeah.
Whatever the heck
he was
going to
make the same one Part 2, and then the guy's like, well, the first one was good. He's like, yeah, but you want to open a chicken store, and he goes on a tirade.
He says
about chicken
and
stores.
I wrote it right here. It says, he's like, Albuquerque boiled turkey. He said that. He's like, I lost my mind.
You're going to open a second chicken store. You're going to open a beef store. No, you open the other one. Yeah. And it went on for like a while. And then like there's a third guy like there watching. He's like, yeah, man, you don't got to eat the same place again. And as it ends, the guy, you hear like a voiceover like, you got deuced or something like that. You got chicken deuced. Dude, you remember that?
Oh my God, yes!
I was laughing so hard. It reminded me of that scene in Infinity War, where Star-Lord was like, "Hey, you've been to like Earth since like the 80s, like Is Dirty Dancing still the best? No, was it? What was it?
Oh my God,
what was the movie? Oh, is Footloose still the best movie of the world? in the world, and then you hear just like in the background Spider-Man, it never was.
Yeah, they're
like so expert.
roasted.
It never was. It just remember like chicken deuces. Like the same editor like wrote it in the same way or something.
Man. I don't know if Taika just just went all free ball and just said that line because it was delivered so expertly, man. That whole dialogue just blew my mind. I was like, there's no way this was written. But then it's Taika.
It was the funniest thing that I've seen in a while. But
like I said, this movie brought out laughs in me.
And
it was crazy.
The thing about it is he actually played a bad guy and a real bad guy.
And you like him.
You like him. And at the end, you are afraid of him.
Yeah.
And you're afraid of him in a way you don't think you're going to be afraid of him because he knows he's wrong at the end. You know, and he tries to get away with it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of freaky. But he controls it. And then the other two main characters, we're getting into the main characters who aren't Ryan Reynolds at this moment.
Yes.
Millie and Keys. So
they both are the writers of this. So Keys is the coder of this whole thing. And then Millie helped kind of develop the like AI and everything behind it.
Yeah. So they invented the original video game and they got bought out by Antoine. But the subplot to this movie was that they always believed that their patent was being used for this Grand Theft Auto game.
Yep, that it was the underlying code was their game.
Yeah. So what happens is Millie is actually undercover in the game trying to find versions of her original video game or their original video game
of her coding.
Whereas Keys accepted a job there as quality control.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Like the super smart MIT grad, as they say, is just running the complaints department.
Yeah.
But I mean, and then oh my god, there's just so much to this movie, man.
Okay, so let's talk about Ryan Reynolds because he's the reason why everybody went to go see it anyway.
Obviously, he was.
Ryan Reynolds plays a video game character called, if you ever know video game lingo, it's called NPC, non-playable character.
Yeah.
And his job is to wake up, get coffee,
have a meaningless conversation with the barista, with all the people.
He always says he wants a mocha. He doesn't want a mocha latte. He wants a coffee latte with some.
He says medium coffee, 2 sugars. I think that's what he says. That's like his shtick, and that's all he does. He just wakes up every morning and says hi to his goldfish.
Yeah, exactly. He does have a friend at the bank who's the guard, and since they work at the bank, they always get robbed by the human characters.
Yeah,
and it's just very like casual. Like some dude comes in wearing like a mink coat and he's like, everybody be cool, it's a robbery.
Yeah.
And then like there's like
and then this like super like happy music starts playing while glass is raining on everyone. And they're just, Ryan Reynolds and his best friend, who is played by, give me a second, I cannot believe they don't have him out here. It's I think it's Little Ray Howery.
So we seen him before, and he's really good.
Getting a lot of popularity.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, he's very endearing. You watch him, he like just draws you in, just much like Taika. So they just kind of lay down on the ground, let the glass rain on them while they're talking about their day, and they're getting robbed.
But then one day,
Ryan
Reynolds is walking down Liberty City, whatever they call the city, with his buddy, and he sees Millie walk past him. Yep. And the thing about it is, Millie changes his programming, and he effectively falls in love with her.
Yes, and the reason that she changes his programming is that when they built the game originally, they built it so that the NPCs or non-playable characters would actually grow like AI.
Yeah, they were human, and maybe we'll get into a little bit more of the twists as things go on.
Yeah,
but he does effectively fall for her because the way she looks, the music that she's like whistling or singing to herself.
It's his like tune and stuff.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm gonna go talk to her. And then there's this thing where where humans wear glasses, but they don't know why they wear glasses. But it's like a class thing. See, look at that.
Yeah,
it's a class thing. It's like you don't talk to the people with glasses. They're people with glasses.
Yeah, they're above us.
What if I got my own glasses?
Brave New World status.
And the next day, the dude came to rob the bank. And he's like, "Can I just take your glasses?" And somebody accidentally shoots him with a shotgun and blows like a
giant hole,
giant
like a
plate-sized
plate-sized hole in this guy's torso.
Yeah, he's like, he's so sleepy.
He's like, he's just so tired.
Yeah,
it's like, no, he's dead. No, he's just tired.
Yeah, he just blows him and then shoots him. He's like,
and then he just puts on the sunglasses.
Okay, he puts on the sunglasses. I don't know, but there was a movie called They Live that came out in the 80s.
Okay.
And what happened was almost an identical plot in a way.
Yeah.
But I think his name was Rowdy Roddy. Just type They Live, and I think it was Roddy Piper played the main guy. Yeah. They Live. Because there's a couple of homages to movies.
Live. Okay, so
was it? Yeah. Roddy Piper.
Yeah, Roddy
played
Piper.
the main character, right?
George Nada.
And what happened was one day, I don't forget how, but he finds glasses. And when he puts on the glasses, he sees certain people in the world who are aliens. Like they are aliens.
Whoa.
They look like monsters.
Yeah.
And then he goes and looks at the road signs and it says obey. It says watch TV, eat, sleep, drink, spend.
Whoa.
And the whole world is like that. It's an almost identical scene to They Live. So there's a definite parallel there, but this is like, like a rated R John Carpenter movie.
Yeah, definitely. I'm like looking at it going, yeah, that's definitely different.
So to me, seeing that reminded me of They Live.
It's probably not, and it also made me think of The Matrix. He's like, put on the glasses.
Okay, we're going to get into that because at the end, not only is it gets the Matrix, but it's Dark City.
Yes.
You got that too, right?
Of course.
Because they were at the beach.
I saw it and I was like, oh my God.
It was like if Dark City kept going.
Yes.
Because they actually made it to the beach. And they kept on referring to the beach. Because if you watch Dark City at the end, the main guy who unplugs himself.
Watch Dark City.
Yeah, watch Dark City. Goes to the beach to meet Jennifer Connelly. Here he does almost the same thing. But the thing is, they're still after him at this point.
And he gets through.
Oh, yeah, he gets through. So yeah, you got that too. So
absolutely. Dude.
That was pretty good. So there's a lot of that. But even just starting this movie, did you catch it?
No.
Before the movie even started. The Fox logo.
No, I did not catch that because I was giving my son his tablet while we were in theater.
Touche. Quite you.
Yeah. Whoops.
Daddy's working.
Yeah.
There it is. This movie, it's a Disney movie now, right?
Yeah. Which blew me away while I was watching. I was like, wait a minute.
It reintroduced the 20th century logo. It's just 20th century now, but it had the dun 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 dun.
Yeah. Okay, so
I haven't seen that since Disney bought Fox. And to me,
didn't even realize that, dude.
To me, I think Star Wars movies should start like that because that was part of the getting
the whole thing
to see a Star Wars movie. So I think
it's just ingrained in us too,
Yeah, so that was a good oh my God, it's back, and it didn't say Fox; it's just a 20th century films or whatever.
I did notice it. Most of the times it says that. Also, another thing, it's so loud. It was such a loud movie.
Really?
I mean,
oh man,
maybe because where I was sitting, it was just so loud. But it was so good. But so, Ryan Reynolds going through or his character Guy realizing, oh my God, I'm a little different. I just kept thinking he was a glitch, which, triggered me for the Matrix thing over there. But it's just funny because he's like breaking more fourth walls, which Ryan Reynolds is like, I feel like he's like the most known for breaking fourth walls in any role he plays.
Yeah, he's really good, and I can't imagine anyone else doing this. Remember when Jim Carrey was hot for a while?
Yeah, he did Truman Show, great movie.
He did.
I really like that one.
But to me, Jim Carrey was always Jim Carrey in all of his movies.
Yes,
and it was really hard for him to not be Ace Ventura.
Yeah, and it was hard to actually feel any kind of emotion toward him, other than the character. You know what I mean? Watching Ryan Reynolds' character Guy go through these motions, I was like, wow, is this a coming of age movie for an adult man?
Yeah, and for me, one of the big things was it was actually a very accessible movie. I don't think you have to be a video game fan.
No, not at all.
I
rarely play video games. I'm too busy for that.
People, they like gamers and YouTube streamers. They're in this movie.
Yeah,
they're
and
actual,
I can't
YouTube
identify
people.
any of these people to save my life.
And they all look like they're 11.
Yeah, I'm looking
and
at
I'm
them.
Sure they make
I'm getting old man angry. You know,
exactly.
They're making all this money. I'm like, ugh.
But there was actually the human characters and the NPC characters all had really good character moments.
Yeah, that was really odd for a movie like this for the audience they're targeting. I was very surprised at the character development. That was crazy.
I liked it how there was also a detective aspect because Millie was in the game trying to find her model, but she, as it turns out, there's actual YouTube streamers. She tracks down this YouTube streamer who is actually who's played so much. It's not spoiled, but he's played the game so much that he has all these sports cars in the video game. He's got a nice mansion. He's got bodyguards protecting his thing.
He plays actually he has no name in the game other than gamer.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, she's always trying to break into his mansion to get a recorded file because
In the game,
if
yeah,
you,
so
if you
his
play
character's game.
if you play video games, you can actually record and save files. So this is an actual convention of games.
Yeah.
But as all this is happening, Guy is becoming self-aware and he's talking to people, and people notice him in the video game since it's an online game.
Yeah.
So he's becoming like a superstar. And he even goes to the coffee shop, to the NPC, orders coffee, and he's like, I would like a mochaccino with like extra cinnamon. I forget what he says, but like everyone's like, what are you talking about? And they freak out. He's like,
even the barista's like, but you want a coffee, a medium coffee with 2 sugars.
Yeah, and you see like the cop like about to pull his gun and stuff. Like,
and then a tank is out of frame, just aiming its barrel right at him.
Yeah, he's like,
oh no,
just
he's
kidding.
Like,
Just a regular coffee latte for me, or whatever the hell he orders.
That was so good, man.
But yeah, and then we talk about the Keys is there, and he finds out that barista actually somehow accesses the internet and tries to figure out how to make mocha because like, someone suggested it.
Yeah, so they start becoming like not just Ryan Reynolds' character, but all the other little NPCs around are starting to develop
a revolution.
Yeah,
pretty much. But as all this is coming on, since Guy is like a real character, Taika Waititi's character is like getting jealous and said we got to figure out how to pull us.
Yeah, because
we all love him.
Yeah, the reason we forgot, I think we skipped over it. The reason everybody like Taika's getting jealous of Guy is because Guy is going around becoming this good guy in the game and just taking out all the actual players.
He's doing this to gain points.
Yep.
So they can go
to level up.
To level up so they can go to this guy's mansion. To go to his player's mansion.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Gamer guy.
Gamer guy's mansion. But he's doing that, and also he wants to upgrade to the new video game. So he can't do that while everybody's leveling up in like this one, right?
Yeah. So but Taika's like, no.
In one of the, I think I don't know if it's a cameo, but in one of like the best cameo scenes ever, is that they try a couple of times to break into the gamer's thing. We never see him, right?
Yeah.
But then when we finally see him and
see who the character is that this gamer guy plays.
It's Channing Tatum dressed like a pimp, right?
Dude, Channing Tatum steals the damn show, man.
And I haven't seen Channing Tatum in like 300 years, but like he's just like, oh my God, I'm a huge fan. You guy, can I get a picture? He's like, dude, you should say my like catchphrase. Remember? He's like, say my his catchphrase is like, while eating bananas or something stupid like that, right?
Something dumb.
And then like Ryan Reynolds like, I'm sorry, I can't
say that. Yeah,
I can't say that.
Like,
but then they cut to him in real life.
Yeah,
and he's like that dweeb from Stranger Things who
he's just like in his mom's house. He's in his 20s. So as we find out, because his mom yells at him.
Yeah,
he's like, pick up your stuff, or mom, stop vacuuming. And what's funny is while he's yelling at his mom in real life, his character, Channing Tatum, is in the video game just randomly yelling while Ryan Reynolds is kind of walking by him. He's just going nuts.
It's so good. And then as this heist unfolds, right? They do find the thing, but Millie, video game Millie, actually starts falling in love.
Yeah, her name in the game is Molotov Girl.
Molotov Girl. She actually starts falling for this NPC character.
Yes,
who doesn't exist, but like there's a really funny scene where they're at the beach, because they always got to go to the beach. The Dark City reference. Where they're like, hey, can I kiss you, right? And she's like, I guess if you can like figure out how. And like,
and then the reason she says that is because it's not built into the mechanics of the game.
Yeah, so they start kissing, but it's like romantic. But then they cut to her in real life, and she's just like.
She feels so awkward that she doesn't want to watch her own video game character make out with another video game character. Dude.
Yeah, it's hot stuff.
She was like,
I don't know, man. She was
totally for it, obviously.
Yeah, well,
it was so funny. It was no joke. I don't know why, but I saw it. It just gave me those very Loki kissing Loki moments. I was like, no.
Yeah, and remember the next day when they go and then like they run into like the ice cream guy.
Ryan Reynolds loves ice cream, and Millie's character, or whatever, or God, what did I just say? Millie,
what's her? Millie Molotov Girl, same person.
Molotov Girl. She also loves ice cream, and then they find out that they like the same, which is bubblegum ice cream.
Yeah,
and she's like, "Wait a minute."
Well, there was the actual ice cream man.
Yeah,
where she's like, "Oh my God, like they're gonna shut you down like tomorrow. The world's gonna end." The ice cream, you see the ice cream, he's like, "Oh my God." Yeah. He's like, "No, I'm just joking," or something like that. He's like, "Oh, thank you."
Thank God. But did you notice how? So after Ryan Reynolds and Molotov Girl make out, it's gamer guy, whatever, Molotov Girl, they make out, and then she tells him, "I'll be back." Did you notice when he was standing there waiting for her to show up? the camera panned a little wide and the trash can was full of ice cream cones.
No,
The ice cream can was full to the brim with ice cream cones because Guy must have been waiting there the whole time just munching on ice cream. Wait for her, dude.
That's funny, or maybe the program or something didn't pick it up. But I know, but it seems like it just happened a lot. Yeah,
there's a lot of those moments, and I was like, what?
And I also noticed like the music was kind of like Tron in some parts. Like they were quoting Tron. And remember we were talking about Total Recall, another simulation movie. The NPCs were sweating, and I don't know. Like I'm sweating.
Yeah,
but if you saw Total Recall. There's a scene where they're trying to get Arnold Schwarzenegger to unplug himself from the Total Recall because you're always questioning whether or not it's a game, game or a simulation or whatever. And then the guy's like, "You got to take the pill." Where I heard this from before? Anyway, you got to take the pill, and then that'll wake you up. And then he looks at him, and he's sweating, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger shoots him in the face.
Yeah,
but I noticed
wake up.
There was a couple of scenes where like the NPCs looked stressed out, and then they started like a sweat like that.
Sweat, man.
That's got to be a Total Recall reference.
Definitely. There's so many recalls in this movie.
I know, very, very, very Matrix. Hey, Recall. There you go. Boom. Oh, and also.
There you go.
Like back to the musical cues, they played "Club to Death," like from the Matrix, like the song.
That's why that was familiar. I was like, what the heck is this?
It was a direct...
Follow the White Rabbit.
Oh, I think it was the scene where they're walking down the street. Remember the girl in the red dress in the first one? They were playing "Club to Death."
Yes. Did you see the girl in the red dress? Oh man, so good.
Yeah, man, and like even like so. So the reason why Guy is like this is because Keyes personally...
The writer, the guy who coded him and the game.
Made that him. Like he
could no longer think of what he wanted to code because he wrote so many characters, you know?
And there's always this will they won't be, like the world wants to know if Keyes and Millie ever get together, right?
Yeah.
But it turns out that he made like the perfect boyfriend for Millie, which is him. So you can kind of see where this story goes and why Guy is the perfect guy for her.
Exactly.
But that's to me that the love story was kind of full circle with,
and that came out of nowhere for me. I was like, whoa,
like a smart romance.
Yeah, I was like, what?
In a Ryan Reynolds video game movie?
Yeah,
how'd that happen?
Oh man, Ryan Reynolds, man.
Yeah,
where's Sandra Bullock? I thought I saw her running across.
I know, right? I don't know. But meanwhile, they're just finding out. Oh yeah, because Channing Tatum actually gives them the file that they're looking for.
Yes,
and there was a video file of a glitch of the original program, which is the Oasis. Like I keep saying the Oasis because that was the other stupid movie.
Yeah,
and I gotta.
And we find out that this code apparently has like glitched or been patched or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan Reynolds' character Guy has been doing this thing every time he wakes up, which is he has these shades, and he always turns them, and they shut and open, and you're like, why the hell does he do this? Even when you're not watching the movie to understand that, you see it and you're like, that means something.
Yeah, and it turns out they forgot to patch the reflection of the shades, so you can see paradise in the shades.
Yeah, how crazy was that? The
paradise was the original video game. But yeah, there's a sad moment where
I was looking down, going, "Where's the sound?"
Pick them up.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Hang on. I like it.
Yeah,
but yeah, there's a sad scene where since Ryan Reynolds has the glasses, he can see the video game thing. He tries to get his friend at the bank to put him on, and he's like, I can't, man.
He doesn't want to be taken out of the Matrix, man.
He doesn't want to get unplugged.
Doesn't want to see it. So many of these moments.
Yeah, and it was actually kind of sad. And then remember when what's his name? Keyes, and then the other dude was in the bunny costume, and there was like a bunny costume chase.
Oh yeah. They were chasing him.
It was a cop and he was doing all kinds of like that, I think
like crazy video game hopping and stuff.
Exactly, crazy Matrix, like rewriting as they
were
doing. Oh,
he was, yeah. And then the guy's like, "I'm gonna go God mode." That was Mauser. Yeah. He just starts writing the code of the game to get to Guy.
Yeah, going back to the chicken deuces, Mauser and Taika Waititi, Antoine. Remember that scene where he's like trying to like bond with Antoine, like trying to bond with him, and then he's like, "Hey, man,
kiss his arse."
He's like kissing his butt, and then like he's like, "Oh, it sounds like maybe we were having a connection with like the eccentric billionaire." He's like, "Yeah, maybe we can be friends. We can get a beer or something after." Wrong. Yeah. Go and do your job,
dude. Taika did that. I was like, damn.
But yeah, so going back to like all the references. So yeah, like I said, we saw They Live. To me, this is like the Lego movie.
This many Lego movie references too. It just felt like it was Lego movie.
This was Ready Player One and Tron, but to me, this was the best version of these.
It was like whoever wrote this one, which I should have written down somewhere. Ironic, is when I saw it, I was like, wow, they must have definitely watched those and been like, let me pull all the proper parts of this and then build it. And man, they did a damn good job.
Yeah, and then like at the end, even when Antoine knew like everything was coming against him, he engineered a copy of Ryan Reynolds called Guy.
Dude, actually called Dude.
Or Dude. Okay, yeah. I was wondering if that's a South Park reference, like, you know, like buddy guy dude, like dude.
Probably. I haven't seen South Park in years.
But it just showed you how much he was half-assing it, because like all his catchphrases was like catchphrase.
He literally said catchphrase.
Time to was it TBD?
Yeah, TBD. It's like
time to TBD. What,
yeah.
to be to be determined.
He would say listen, he was like other item.
Catchphrase. Number 5.
I was like, oh my god.
Catchphrase being a catchphrase. This is a pretty cool catchphrase.
Yeah, it is.
But they have this okay, so this is owned by Disney. So they had, I didn't realize that they were going to pull out the IP stops during the battle.
It was the best way to do it, man.
Yeah.
So well, first they pull out the freaking what they pull out first? It was the lightsaber.
I think maybe it was the lightsaber, but there was a lightsaber duel in this movie.
Yeah, it was a lightsaber. I'll say a one-sided duel because Ryan Reynolds pulled it out.
I don't know if it was lightsaber or Captain America's shield that came out first.
Yeah, but Captain America's shield came out.
Yeah, and then Captain America's like, "What the?" Yeah, Captain America. Chris Evans was at a
He's
coffee
watching
shop.
his phone, going,
"What the?"
He's like $1 million richer for that one.
Yeah, exactly. the real one. But so they had a brief lightsaber battle, and then even then, like Antoine, like if you notice, he was dressed like the Emperor, like during this whole thing. Like he was always wearing like a robe and
you know what that reminds? Not only that was actually I think a nod to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
maybe like the hood and everything. I was like, what the hell? And then his whole attitude felt like Emperor's New Groove. It felt like he took David Spade's character in there and just went with it.
Then I say he got scary was at the end when he knew that they discovered the bit of the software that belonged to the other one. Ryan Reynolds, he got to the beach and he was trying to get to it because they figured out how to open it up. And Antoine grabbed an axe, went to the server room, and it was just like bashing all these hard drives.
You start seeing the world disintegrate, like just folding in on itself.
You saw it after I did. Were the NPCs getting dusted?
So not all of them,
but I mean, some of them. Was it dusted?
They got Thanos. They got snapped.
They were getting dusted.
It was. You see it, and you're like, "Damn, Disney."
Yeah, they did it again.
It was as dark as that scene and that whole time was. It was so rewarding, like to see Taika just go in this crazy arc of a character. You're like, "Wow, Disney, you're delivering."
Yeah,
this whole time.
Disney better not like piss off Ryan Reynolds. Like he's their golden goose. Wait until they start getting.
If they try to PG-13 his Deadpool, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, they give Deadpool what Deadpool wants now.
Yeah, it's the house of Deadpool that Deadpool built, dude.
Yes, and then somehow Millie in the end she's there while Taika's smashing and dusting everybody.
Yeah, so while Taika's doing all this in the real world, Molotov girl Millie is trying to find him and keep him from doing this, while in the digital world, this whole thing is falling apart, and Ryan Reynolds is running along this bridge that Keys, he did his little God mode thing and rewrote the code in there, so he made this bridge to get him over to that coding.
To the Paradise code.
Yeah, to the underlying data and all that stuff. So while Ryan Reynolds' character is running and all these characters are stuck on one island of a building, Ryan Reynolds is with his best friend, the security guard.
Oh, yeah.
At the end, they're standing right there as they're both running, trying to get to this oasis or whatever the hell it's called. Of course, a crack happens in the middle, and you can't save both, right? So his best friend gets dusted, man.
I know.
I was like,
it was the same like effect or something.
I was like, my heart hurt for an AI.
Yeah, and at the end, he finds the Paradise thing, but they make a deal, Millie and Antoine, to like not destroy it and no one goes to jail.
Yep.
And to me,
there was a single server rack that was left.
And I guess what's his name? Millie discovers that it was Keyes who invented the guy.
Yeah.
So guy basically they break up after at the end, basically saying like, you know, it's like someone invented me. Who invented me? Who do you think invented me?
I'm your love letter to you.
And did you notice that Keyes was wearing the blue shirt?
Yes.
At the end.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, he's wearing it. He's been wearing it.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's always wearing this unbreakable blue shirt.
Yeah.
The whole movie.
It was so perfectly, like the way it ended with that, you know, I'm your love letter to you. You need to find the author. It was perfect. I think it wasn't a perfect. It wasn't overly complex. It wasn't anything. It was just, it was what it was, and it was there.
Yeah, and I think we briefly talked about this before we started, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this was the best movie of 2021, maybe 2020, at least summer 21.
Yeah, summer 21 for sure. For as far as like well-roundedness and all that stuff, I gotta say it's the best movie of the year so far.
And you know, you can like be like, oh yeah, but it's made other movies, but every movie's been told, every story's been done.
People start to crap on freaking Avatar because it was essentially Pocahontas in space. But guess what?
Yeah, it happens. You know, deal with it. Like it's gonna happen again.
Yeah,
you know,
four more times.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was one of the better movies, and I don't know. Was there anything else that we're missing on this one? I think we hit every nail on the head here. Yeah, so definitely see Free Guy, especially while it's in theaters.
Yeah, watch in theaters. Like I don't have the time really to get to theaters, so I appreciate like getting to watch these at home. This one, super glad I enjoyed it in theaters, man.
Yeah, so it was actually a really good movie. Everyone pulls out their A game with the performances, and actually, you know, thinking about like a lot of things that we miss, like remember when the NPCs were like they all met at the beach, to like talk about it, and like arms up guy or hostage guy was like, you could put your arms down. He's like,
oh,
no, no. And you know, everyone's like, "Oh,
yeah, it was good." Like, oh, maybe next time.
Like baby steps.
This was a wholesome movie, man. It was like very enjoyable, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, it's fun for the whole family, and it looked great too.
Yeah, it was produced very well.
And I like seeing the little like Ryan Reynolds like character in the game.
Yeah,
and
because you get to see like during the whole entirety of this movie when they pan to the real world, you get to actually see these characters on other screens. So you get to see them all animated and all this stuff, which they did well.
Yeah, you know, forget about Ready Player One.
Yeah, like I sorry, Steven Spielberg.
I can't think of anything that made me laugh in Lego Movie. Really, now that I think about it,
I had to watch that movie. As much as I love Lego, I had to watch it about 5 times to get through it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah.
And I love Chris Pratt. I think he's great. I just couldn't do it.
Ryan Reynolds, man, that guy got it.
Yeah, man.
Once he shook off the Green Lantern, which is actually trending crazy high on Netflix.
I know.
Did you see that?
Yes. Next time, Shop Talk, join us.
Yeah, so that's our hot take on the Green Lantern, by the way.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that the worst? There was a
that has to be the worst superhero movie ever.
What's worse, Green Lantern or
Daredevil?
No, because to me, Green Lantern, like they tried. I don't know if they tried for Daredevil.
Yeah.
The one that I was thinking of was our buddy Alan Taylor. Thor: The Dark World. Yeah, that guy. That movie sucked.
I will say Thor: The Dark World because I cannot recall any scene in that movie.
Yeah, and I
paid for it. I watched it in theaters.
I actually saw remembers Thor: The Dark World. The only scenes I remember after seeing it are the scenes that I saw in the trailer leading up to it.
I can't even tell you the trailer, dude.
Like who was the bad guy?
I don't know.
All I remember was in the trailer is like, oh, there's a truck and it's weightless.
As far as I'm concerned, there are only 3 Thor movies out.
Yeah,
not even out because there's technically the 4th one is being produced right now.
Yeah, directed by
Taika
Waititi.
Killing the game, Taika.
Just like having that guy in like M. Night Shyamalan.
Just write my life, Taika. Come on.
Okay.
Right?
But you have to do it in a Korg costume.
Yeah.
like a really bad one. Like a
so
one man a cardboard.
I want you to just jump out from random trees and just give me life advice.
Anyway, speaking of that, so I'm going to give it a letter grade here. You ready?
I'm ready, man.
I'm going to give it an A-. I say Free Guy is a super fun, very accessible movie. It really makes you feel for the random characters you pass by when you play the video games. A lot of fun cameos and twists and turns.
That's a pretty solid recommendation from you, man.
Yeah.
I am going to give it an A, just a flat A.
Okay.
So I said, absolutely an A movie for me. This movie had me laughing as I'd not done in a long time watching any movies in recent memory. Like, it brought the laughs out of me. I didn't expect to feel the heartache. I also didn't expect to have any kind of existential crisis, like thinking of AI characters. I was like, whoa, man. Anyway, highly recommend it, man. Can't say it enough. Go watch Free Guy. Watch it in theaters.
Yeah, the only reason... I was trying to think, is it going to be as good the second time? Because I'm trying to think of an A+ movie you can kind of keep watching.
Those are far and few in between.
You got to think about it, because I remember when I saw Old School the first time,
that
I thought it was like the funniest thing I ever saw.
Like when I saw Wedding Crashers, I can watch that movie over and over again. I can quote it,
but I can't watch Old School anymore. I saw it again on DVD or something. It bored me.
Oh no!
So we'll see.
We've matured.
We'll see. We'll see if I'm talking about when it came on DVD, like not even like that much later.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this one airs out. Maybe it's a contender for best movie of the year, but we'll see. So that's a solid recommendation here for Free Guy. So I think we're.
Well, I was gonna say, make sure you guys subscribe, like, hit that ding bell for those notifications, because we do drop.
Yeah, and not only that,
times a week.
If you're listening to us, we're a podcast, but we also do a show. You can see our ugly mug.
Yeah, we're on YouTube. We have a whole production going on here,
my
guys.
Sweaty ass, like in this 400-degree hell box.
If I didn't have this mustache, I would be crying. Sweat.
One day we'll show you Abel's bucket.
There you
just
go.
filled with sweat,
butt juice.
Yeah, it smells like really swampy out here.
Gross.
Anyway, I am your host, Mark Rubalcaba for Clubhouse Movies Podcast, joined by Mr. Abel Pineda. We will catch you next time.